Good evening, my dear students. In this class, let us see about the Lassaign's test. Lassagne test. Lassagne test is one of the tests used for the organic qualitative analysis of compounds. Okay, organic analysis of compounds is nothing but it is a qualitative analysis. Using this analysis, we are going to find out the nature of the substance by uh, finding out the elements present in that and, and the functional group, whether it is saturated or unsaturated, whether it is aliphatic or aromatic. These are the finding out. These are the findings of the organic qualitative analysis. Finally, we are going to report. First step. The first step of the Lassagne test is the preparation of Lassagne's extract. First test of the Lassagne test is preparation of Lassagne's extract. Okay, before that, this is the second step. Before that, we may observe its color, odor, and its physical state, whether it is liquid or solid, like that. These three reactions are said to be preliminary test. In the preliminary test, we could not find out the absolute uh, color, absolute odor, and absolutely whether it is liquid or solid, because the certain substance or deliquescent, certain substance are highly oxidizing in nature, and certain substances may be easily contaminated by even with the gas. Okay, that substances. Therefore, we could not find out the absolute functional groups present in a organic substance just by looking its color, observing its smell, and looking at its the physical state. Therefore, we need a systematic analysis. In the systematic analysis, first we are going to find out the elements present in an organic compound, given organic compound. Elements present, usually organic compound possess carbon and hydrogen, and the certain organic compounds like carbon tetrachloride without hydrogen atom in its structure. There are some exceptions, the exceptional cases in organic compounds without hydrogen. Most of the organic compounds possess carbon and hydrogen in its structure. In addition to that, the next priority goes to oxygen. So in the organic qualitative analysis in the lab, we are going to do it in the laboratory. We no need to bother about the presence of hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. Uh, in addition to that, we are going to find out the nature of presence of nitrogen, sulfur, and the halogens in an organic compound using this Lassaign's test. First step is preparation of Lassagne extract. For that, we need the following apparatus. First one is fusion tube, holder, Bunsen burner, china dish, glass wrap, filter paper, funnel, test tubes. Okay, these are the apparatuses and then equipments which is needed. And the preparation of Lassagne extract, we are taking a small piece of sodium metal in a fusion tube. This is the fusion tube. We are taking a small piece of the sodium metal. Sodium metal is so soft, so we can cut it with a knife. A small piece which is pressed with the filter paper to remove the kerosene, because why it is pressed to remove kerosene, because it is placed under kerosene. Why it is placed under kerosene? It is highly reactive. It is highly reactive with water. Therefore, even it catches fire with the moisture present in the air. Therefore, it is stored under kerosene. By taking a small piece and press it with filter paper to remove the kerosene. Mm. And then we are heating, it melts, and to that a pinch of solid substance. If the given sample is solid in nature, a pinch of solid substance is added. Suppose if the given substance is liquid in nature, 2 or 3 drops is enough. 3 drops of NO. Okay. This is then heated to red hot, suddenly plunged into the water, which is taken in a china dish. The water is about 5 to 6 ml. Okay, this is boiled and filtered. Okay, now the lysine extract contains what are the compounds? What are the compounds present in the lysine extract? Then the aim of preparation lysine extract is the elements of organic compound is converted into its sodium compounds like sodium cyanide, sodium thiocyanate, sodium sulfide, and sodium iodide, bromide, and chloride. So if the given compound contains nitrogen, it forms sodium cyanide in addition to sodium hydroxide. Suppose if the compound contains both nitrogen and sulfur in its structure, it forms sodium thiocyanate, and if it contains only sulfur, it forms sodium sulfide. Halogens, if the compound contains the halogen like chlorine and bromine and iodine, these are the compounds, sodium compounds form sodium chloride, sodium bromide, and sodium iodide. Then then it is the test for nitrogen. Test for nitrogen, which involves the experimental part, observation and inference. Okay. Uh, yes, one or two drops of sodium fusion extract is taken in a test tube. To this, a good quality ferrosulfate crystals are added. A pinch of crystals added and boiled, then cooled, which is added with one or two drops of dilute H2O. Now, if you observe Prussian blue color precipitate indicates the presence of nitrogen. Suppose there is no Prussian blue color precipitate indicates the absence of nitrogen. Then let us see about the chemistry behind that is what are the reactions taking place in this reaction in this test. Look at this. The sodium, suppose if the organic compound possesses nitrogen, the nitrogen is converted into sodium cyanide. Okay, this reacts with ferrous sulfate to form sodium ferrocyanate and sodium sulfate. This a fraction of a small amount of the ferrous sulfate is oxidized into ferric sulfate even with the moisture or air. Then the sodium ferrocyanide is treated with ferric sulfate to give ferric ferrocyanate. The color of this ferric ferrocyanate is Prussian blue. Therefore, the formation of ferric ferrocyanide is the reason for the presence of Prussian color precipitate in this test. Then test for sulfur. There are two tests for sulfur. First, first test is the treatment with acetic acid and lead acetate. Here we are taking 2 drops of lysine extract, which is mixed with acetic acid and lead acetate. And now, if you observe black color precipitate indicates the presence of sulfur. No black precipitate indicates the absence of sulfur. This is the reaction which is taking place during this experiment, that is lead acetate. Lead acetate is treated with sodium sulfide to form sodium acetate and lead sulfide. Here sodium acetate is colorless and lead sulfide is a black color compound. Therefore, the black color precipitate is nothing but the formation of lead sulfide in this reaction. Therefore, it indicates the presence of sulfur in the given organic compound. And second test for sulfur. Second test for sulfur, in a fusion, sorry, in a test tube, a small amount of lysine extract is taken, which is mixed with freshly prepared sodium nitroprusside. Freshly, that is so much of important. We should add freshly prepared sodium nitroprusside. If you observe, violet color indicates the presence of sulfur. No violet color indicates the absence of sulfur in the given organic compound. This is the chemistry behind that is then sodium nitroprusside reacts with sodium sulfate, which forms sodium sulfonitroprusside. Sodium sulfonitroprusside is the reason for the violet color. The formation of violet color is due to the sodium sulfonitroprusside. And then test for halogens. Usually, we could not find out the presence of fluoride in this test, but we can find out chlorine, bromine, iodine. The presence of chlorine, bromine, iodine can be identified using this Lassaigne test. The experimental part, they gave a small portion, 1 or 2 drops of Lassaigne extract is treated with dilute nitric acid and 1 or 2 drops of silver nitrate. If you observe white color precipitate um, which is soluble in ammonium hydroxide indicates the presence of chlorine in the given organic compound. Pale yellow precipitate indicates the presence of bromine, and yellow color precipitate which is insoluble in ammonium hydroxide indicates the presence of iodine in the given organic compound. And then the reactions: sodium chloride on treatment with silver nitrate in the presence of other acidic condition, that is in the present by adding 2 or 3 drops of silver nitrate forms silver cloudy white precipitate, that is silver chloride, which on treatment with the ammonia hydroxide forms a complex. This is the complex formed by the silver chloride in the presence of ammonium hydroxide. With, therefore it is this silver chloride is soluble, very soluble in um, ammonium hydroxide. And this is the formation of silver bromide, which is pale yellow color precipitate, but is sparingly soluble in ammonium hydroxide solution. And silver iodide, which forms yellow color precipitate, which is insoluble in ammonium hydroxide. These are the reactions of this test due to the presence of halogens. Thank you. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you for watching. Keep watching.